Hello, the Rusty Hubcap here and back with another video, finally, to a point where I am now free to make more videos. I have come back from a huge hubcap collecting journey, and I'm going to show off the ones that I have found today. Today has been an absolutely magnificent day for finding rare hubcaps and even very unusual ones. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the more common ones first, since there are more of those than the rare ones. I'm going to go ahead and start with this 2004 to 2010 Toyota Sienna hubcap. To the untrained eye, this may look like an average Toyota Sienna, but when you tap on it, it feels very suspiciously cheap, and then you turn it over and you're met with this horrible clip system. But for some reason, these have all stayed intact. This is indeed a aftermarket that is supplied to you by the dealer. This is from 2011. If it'll focus, it shows 2011, 1 year after they stopped production of the second generation Sienna that this is for. Still remains in pretty good condition. Next we have is this aftermarket copy of a Ford Econoline van. This one doesn't have all of the tabs. This one has the very same clip design. They're aluminum. But the back of it is very cheap. This one was actually made 2 years ago in 2017 in the month of July. This is for obviously a Ford Econoline van. I'm pretty sure even the European collectors are familiar with these now, how much we American collectors find them. Next is this 5-spoke 15-inch aftermarket. I put on the Flickr page that it was a 16-inch, and that is my mistake. It is indeed a 15-inch. This one was made in 2005, and yet it looks so good and so clean. There's only a little chip right here missing and a crack, but it's a very retro design, very dated looking. Next, I found this 1990s aftermarket hubcap that was famous for being put on tow-along camper trailers, or caravans as they're called. This end was stuck in the dirt, and it had been there for so long that a little small root from the tree it was propped up against had actually grown over the edge of it right along in this region, and it took both man strength and a little bit of tools to remove it. But there was the ring, but when I tried to pull it, it actually snapped the ring in half, and that was pretty much the end of that. And you can see why it broke off. Pretty much every clip is missing except for 3. And it is so old that it is from the discontinued company of Rally. You can't really see it too well. Made in Taiwan. My guess is this probably made somewhere around maybe 2000, 2001, maybe 02. Next we have is this little center cap. It's an aftermarket centerpiece for actually one of those Ford caps. I just picked it up because it was in pretty good condition. Next we have, actually I do remember picking up a couple of more. We have these two in this trailer, which are actually copies of the 2006 to 2010 Saturn Aura. They are both in really nice condition, but the cheap little fake black lug nut, fake pop-on lug nuts have fallen off of these. This one's missing 1 and this one is missing 3, but they were found really close to each other on a bumpy stretch of road. Then I found this. It's a one of these really old metal motorhome hubcaps made by the Phoenix company. It has these little claws, and it's made in Taiwan, unlike the ones made in China. I have another one up there on the wall, and more of in here. I did find this one, 2014 to 2016 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 HD. And this one, it's a Ram 2500 for the rear wheel, completely intact on the backside, not that cheap Chinese crap that you find. This is the real Chrysler stuff made by the Clax company that makes most of these Fords, actually. And I'm going to go back to the other ones because I put half of them up. This is one of the rare finds of the day, the absolute best, completely buried on this side. I'm just so happy to find this one. Unfortunately, it does not have the Mercury Godhead emblem on this one, or it doesn't have the primitive XR7, but this one is the plain version of the 1967 to 1968 Mercury Cougar XR7 hubcap. It's in really good condition, though the paint is really faded as expected for this hubcap, for it is 51, 52 years old. And there's some of the grass from where it was buried. So really awesome find. I've got two more really rare, well actually three more really rare caps, and they're center caps from this point forward. We have this one. This is the Creme de la Creme right here. Why did I use a French word or a French phrase? Is because this is from a 1982 to 1985 Renault Fuego. I don't understand how this fell off in today's time. Very, very hard to find indeed. I mean, it has two part numbers for plated and painted. Very, very hard to find. It's for the 4-spoke alloy wheels that were used on the Renault Fuego of this time. It was, I don't believe the turbo version used these center caps. I believe it was the naturally aspirated cars, but still a very, very nice piece. I am so happy about this. You already saw the next one, and it unfortunately the whole hubcap was not there. This is the spinner for a 1964 Oldsmobile Starfire, or an F85 Cutlass. It has a beautiful Oldsmobile rocket emblem, not even chipped to the slightest. We do have a little bit of chrome peeling at the bottom, but it's in overall really excellent condition. Next is a very rare 1989 to 1994 Mazda MX-5 Miata center cap. It does have partial clips left. This clip right here is broken, and these two back here are broken. I mean, it still could be reused, but I wouldn't trust it too well. The paint is completely flaked off, but the Mazda still remains in pretty good condition. So that was found near some railroad tracks, and you can see these pictures on my Flickr page. Go to JAND5399 and look me up. I do car spots also. This was a purchase. Very, very rare find. It's a Pennsylvania State Constable front plate that went on the front of a police car. And it's got some wear and tear for some rock dings and definitely some signs of use. This is not reflective, as you can see in the camera light. So this is probably from the late 60s, early 70s, my guess, by the style. Earlier ones were invert colors, and the outside of it was the Pennsylvania State as the trim. Next is a Honda grill. I found this one while on the way to the city I was looking hubcaps in, and it's on a 2-lane road. This one's also on Flickr too. This is a 2002 to 2003, which it shows 03, Honda Civic Si, and this is for, I believe, the EJ Civic. And this was during the time when they didn't use an SI badge. How can you tell it's an SI? Because the grill is black, it's honeycombed like the SIs are usually, and the part number basically says it all. So that's a very nice find, and it's completely intact, and it was just laying there on the side of the road. And this one, this isn't exactly a hubcap. So I paid just $10 for this piece. Extremely awesome looking, and would be a very excellent decorator's piece. Well, when I show you, it just says it all. That's right. It's a Krager SS original mag wheel with the now discontinued Grand Am super wide GT tires. And I mean, look at how thick these tires are. Standing them up, they're wider than the tires on this Charger. The center cap is still here in really excellent condition. I do have another extra one of these center caps in case this one goes missing. And these are usually missing off the wheels when you find them used. But unfortunately, the plating on these were not very good. As you can see, the peeling of the chrome plating. But I'm going to try and clean this up a little bit to preserve its original look. It even has the original tire pressure valve stem cover on it. Very interesting. And the original wheel weight, believe it or not. And this was just $10, and I'm pretty sure this dates from, I'm guessing, probably late 60s, early 70s. So, very epic find indeed. And that is everything that I have found for today. Stay tuned to the next video, where I will probably be doing a updated review of my hubcap collection. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.